Hello, so we are back with another video, finally, and today we are going to actually be taking the turbo off this car, which honestly, I'll show you guys, is super easy. It's actually really easy. So we're going to be taking the turbo off this one today, and we are going to be putting it on that one because the turbo on that one is actually bad. And then we are going to put I don't know if we'll put a catch can on today, but in this video we're just going to swap turbos, and hopefully that fixes the oil leakage past the turbo, which I know it will because this turbo's good. And then eventually we'll rebuild that turbo over there, but this one is actually getting a new upgraded turbo. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to go with yet, but something with a billet wheel and a little nicer. So yeah, so it should go pretty smooth. So let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to take off these lines, and then we'll take off the heat shield. And they're 17s. Probably should have got an extension. So 17 right here. And you got your two 17s on the side for the coolant lines. So we're gonna go grab a wrench. And you will lose a little coolant, just to warn you. Oh yeah, that looks disgusting. And we are gonna grab a 10mm real quick. These are all 10s. And right there. And then you got a 10 down there. Right down there. Oh. Okay, I got that last one out finally. Okay, so the camera died, I just replaced the battery. But we got that off. And you can see there's some oil in there. A little bit's okay, but it shouldn't be excessive, and it's definitely excessive. Next we gotta pull off that little clip under there for the wastegate, and then we'll pull off these front, those two tens for the banjo. I think that's what it's called. But for that, or that clamp, and then we'll do the drain line, and that should be it. But the weather's getting bad here, so we're trying to get it done. That's off. I'll pop that off. So next, let's get these tens out. There's one. Hopefully I can get to that. Do this one first. Pull that off. Next, we need to get this clamp off down here for the boost, the coupler. That looks like it's gonna be a pain. There we go. Now we gotta get that 7 off for that coupler, which looks like it's gonna be a pain. The way the location it's in. Don't. Next, we want to get these 2 drain bolts with their 2 10s. Okay. Alright, that's it. A little pain in the butt. But okay, you guys saw me got that one off. You saw me get that one off, which honestly, it's not horrible. Kind of a pain in the butt, but not that bad. Make sure you place this gasket too. So, but yeah, it's not too bad. Now we go off to the next one to remove it off the Turbo X, which honestly is a bigger pain in the butt just because you gotta take off the battery. So, which it's not hard, it's just one more thing you have to do. So we'll do that next and start swapping everything over. But I probably won't record doing this one because pretty much the same steps as that one. Just don't have to, but on this one you have to remove the battery box just to get some more room. So I'm not gonna record it, but I'm gonna get this one off real quick and then we'll get them swapped over. Okay, so we got the turbo off the Turbo X, which we'll be upgrading to a different one. And here is, well, this is the old one off the 9.5. 19T, of course. Here's the Turbo X one, 19T, the same turbo, same part number. Spins nice and freely, no shaft play. So now we'll transplant it back onto the 9.5. Which honestly is pretty easy. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit more. Be careful with it, of course. Don't bend the fins. Set that there. Grab this light. It's a little cold. I think it's like 6 degrees out here. Trying to get this done. Gotta figure out where to put my light so I can see. Okay, so now let's get this old turbo back on, or this new turbo back on. So yeah, make sure you place the gasket. I'm going to use gasket maker and we'll put the turbo back on. Be careful. Okay, now let's get those drain bolts put on. Okay, so we got the oil drain line on, got the turbo back in, and just so you guys know, there's 2 little nipples on each side of that exhaust housing right there. If you can see where my fingers is, and there's holes on this turbo. So just make sure they line up. And take your V-band, or banjo, whatever you call it, or no, it's not banjo, but take this. Get it on. You guys can see that. And make sure it's in a spot where you can access it. Access both of them. Okay, so sorry about that. My camera died, and I left it on the charger. But I got the turbo all back on. Everything is good there. We're just gonna make sure it's gonna run. Fill it with coolant because it leaked a little bit out. And then I have this off now because this is the old boot that goes on the throttle body, notorious for cracking. Got a new one from Saab parts, and gonna throw that on real quick, and then we should be ready to start it. Hopefully you guys can see. Okay, so we are going to finish this car today. Ran into some issues. First off, I had to buy this new boot, of course, to show you guys that, because the old one was cracked. There's the old one. So, got a new one of those. And then this boot right here was also cracked. And I didn't have another one. It's 2.5 inch. I didn't have a 2.5 inch. The Turbo X is bigger. These older 2.8s, they're actually, I believe a 3 inch. So that didn't work. So I'm actually just gonna go end up buying one on Eastlet Parts. But to get me by, I went and bought some fuel hose from O'Reilly's. I just got it for free. I know them pretty well, so I just cut me off a little chunk of it, and that should work perfectly for what I'm needing. So got that all fixed, and now we are ready to get this on. Yeah, make sure you plug this in right here. It's your map sensor. And everything is on. So we just gotta put this 10mm bolt in right here. Just snug it, it doesn't have to be that tight. Another issue I was having is oil. I can see oil leaking back here, but I think it was coming out of that boot on the intake manifold. Or not on the intake manifold. This one, that cracked boot, was just leaking out. The blow-by was, but we will find out. So that is it for the turbo install. We'll go for a drive here in a minute, but before that, I'm going to put on my catch can, check all the fluids. I like to let the coolant out, and so yeah, let's check all the fluids to make sure everything looks good. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.